What is up, you guys? Welcome back to the Heat Report. And wow. Bam Adebayo has just signed his max extension. About 20 minutes ago from when I'm recording this video, he just signed, or I think they were just coming to an agreement to sign a maximum contract extension, which would pay him from about 163 million to 196 million over the next 5 years, depending on the salary cap in 2021, and also if he makes an All NBA team during that time. So obviously, guys like Jason Tatum, Donovan Mitchell, and De'Aaron Fox from the same draft class already signed max extensions. So Bam, it's well deserved. And first of all, I'm so happy for Bam. I'm so happy for him. He's worked so hard for this. Like from a guy that's been coming off the bench, to Hassan, and then Hassan is gone, and now he gets the keys and all star immediately. Like he deserves this. Well deserved. Bam, sky's the limit for you. From some other aspects, this is kind of like a surprise to me a little bit. I really thought that the Heat were gonna convince Bam to wait until 2021, because they can create enough cap space to pursue another max contract, which is Giannis in 2021, who's rumored to come to the Heat. Obviously, Bam. I mean, as far as Bam's perspective goes, this is a very good move for him because you don't want to risk getting injured. Like knock on wood, I hope he doesn't get injured, but there's a possibility that he might get injured. And if he didn't sign this extension right now, then in 2021 his value might be much lower. So for his perspective, it's very good. It's just pretty interesting to me because I really thought that Pat Riley would convince him to wait until 2021. And it's also more interesting because we didn't re-sign Jay Crowder and Derek Jones Jr. for the same reason as we were going to wait for Bam, because we wanted to pursue Giannis in 2021, so we wanted to save more money. Now, obviously, I think what the thinking was here that I think there's a strong belief. Obviously, Bam Adebayo and Giannis share the same agent. I think there's a strong belief that Giannis is probably going to be signing a supermax with the Bucks. And if not, I mean, the Heat still have a possibility of getting Giannis, even if they extended Bam. It's just going to be a lot harder. Like Kelly Olynyk is probably going to have to go. The team options of Goran Dragic and Myers Leonard are going to have to be heavily restricted. Andre Iguodala is probably going to have to be gone, or his contract is probably going to have to be altered. A lot of things are going to have to happen in order for us to sign Giannis now. And I think the reason that we didn't sign Jay Crowder and Derek Jones Jr. back to multi-year deals is probably because having Jay Crowder on a 3-year, $30 million deal and Derek Jones Jr. on a 2-year, $19 million deal will probably make us have a 0% chance of signing Giannis. But there's still a chance, even with Bam getting his extension. And I think that Pat Riley and Eric Spoelstra are probably going to target some other free agents as well. Like Victor Oladipo is available depending on how well he plays. Drew Holiday has a player option. Depending on if he declines that, I think he'd be a pretty good fit for us. Blake Griffin also has a player option. I don't think he's going to decline it, but another free agent. Kawhi has a player option. I think Paul George has a player option. I think even LeBron has a player option. There's like a lot of free agents available. I think Giannis is probably the one that was most linked to us, and he's going to want to max. But it's very interesting to see how this is going to turn out. I think that Bam is worth the investment, though. Like, whether we get Giannis or not, we had to keep Bam. We had to. Bam is only like, what is Bam, 22, 23? I think he's only 23. I think he just turned 23. Yeah, he turned 23. And I mean, his averages might not jump out of the page to you. 16 points, 10 rebounds, 5 assists. But you actually have to watch the game to see how he impacts the team. I discussed about Bam in the last episode where I said he was on the list of the most untouchable players on our team. And his presence on the defensive end is very, very crucial to us. Like, he can guard 1 through 5. He can basically like switch on to anyone. On offense, he can be a secondary ball handler, which is for a center is very impressive. He's a very good rebounder. He's improving his free throw shooting. I think he shot 69% in the regular season, and he shot in the 80s in the playoffs. Um, and so that jump shooting is improving. He can already finish pretty easily. Um, and he can play make. He can play make. He's probably the second best playmaking big in the league, besides Jokic. Um, and yeah, like Bam is kind of like the guy. He's like you heard Jimmy say it. Bam is like the engine, and I think when you talk about Bam, he's kind of like what Draymond Green was to the Warriors. I think Bam is a better player. Like Bam in his prime will probably be better than Draymond Green in his prime because I don't think Draymond Green had that big of an offensive skill set that what Bam has right now. I think Bam's ceiling is higher. But I think what Bam means to the Heat is very similar to what Draymond Green meant to the Warriors because he was kind of that guy that like he was kind of like that guy that fit everything together. Like without him, it's gonna be very tough to win a game. Um, I'm very happy for Bam. Very happy for Bam. It's gonna be very interesting to see what Spo does to complement him in the front court. Whether he uses Precious, Myers, Mo Harkless. Um, it's gonna be very interesting. Very interesting. Obviously we're gonna have to see like in 2021 this is probably we're gonna have to see how whether we restructure Myers' deal and Gordon's deal or we let them go. I don't think we're gonna let Goran Dragic go. I think he's gonna stay with the Heat for his whole career. Myers Leonard might go. I think Myers Leonard might go. Um, and those are probably like I'm just talking about those two guys because those two are probably like those two are the people that we re-signed this year. As far as other people, I think Kelly Olynyk, like I said before, his $13 or $13 million player option, he's probably gonna have to go. Andre Iguodala, I'm pretty sure is on a team option of 15 million. We're definitely restructuring that or letting him go. I don't think Andre Iguodala. I mean, he said he's probably gonna retire after after I think 2 more years or 1 more year. I'm pretty sure that's what he said. Um, but is always a pretty he's a pretty good piece to have on a championship team. But I don't think we're gonna be paying him 15 million, especially if we want to get Giannis. Um, and I think before I stop the video, I want to uh get you guys to keep your eye out for KZ Okpala because I watched this guy a lot in the G League and I know it was the G League, but he's gonna be a very special player for us in the future. We haven't played him at all. Like I don't think he's played like a single NBA. He might have played a couple like garbage minutes, but he can have that. He can have a very similar impact to what Duncan Robinson did. Like, he can surprise people a lot. So like don't be surprised if KZ Okpala is getting a lot of minutes next year. But yeah, man, I think that's about it for me. I think Bam. I just got the notification from Shams and 20 minutes ago saying that Bam signed his extension. I'm so happy for him. I know Bam's gonna put in the work day by day by day. And whether we get Giannis or not, Bam. We had to lock up Bam. He has to be a Heat lifer. Like he's our player. He's our brightest star, young star, and yeah, man. So happy for Bam. Get your bag, bro. As usual, guys, make sure you guys leave a like, subscribe, hit that bell, so you guys don't miss any video. And also, please leave some comments down below as to what videos you want me to do in the future. I really appreciate it. I'll read every comment. Yeah, man, I think that's it for me. I'll catch y'all later. Peace.